looking good.
Which other words can you use to describe good lunch?
Specious.
Specious. Which other one?
Delicious.
Delicious,
Yummy.
Yummy. Beautiful.
Food doesn't have a face.
I know, right?
Let me see if somebody here can have another word for food.
Great.
How can you describe your lunch?
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay.
Amazing lunch. Yeah, makes sense. But I'm yet to see somebody call lunch beautiful. The food was beautiful. Okay, but I think
but it can be beautiful.
the plate, on the plate.
Yes, especially when it's organized in a very,
In a very beautiful.
Yeah.
There is something called food design. Have you heard of it?
Never.
Now you know.
But I think we can now start off.
Yeah, definitely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be having another energizer. We know you're satisfied because you had something yummy, something heavy. We're going to be having an energizer, and we're going to need all of you to get on your feet. Get up.
Let's stand up.
Let's stand up, ladies and gentlemen. DJ, be ready. Let's stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Please get on your feet. Get on your feet. Get on your feet.
Get on your feet.
Yeah, you know there is
our energizer.
There is a song called "Get on Your Knees." Yeah. Now get on your feet. Amazing. So we're going to be having a dance. What's it called? A dance
circle.
Dance circle. Yeah, yes. That's the word. DJ, you're going to give us a song. We're all going to come and dance around this circle as we rotate like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So, DJ, give us a song. We're the ones opening this dance circle. Yeah. Everybody, come and join us.
Pull those moves.
Come and join us in the dance circle.
Guys, join the dance circle.
Come. Yeah, come everybody. Come on. Kenneth, come. Dance circle, come on.
Come on.
Come on, everybody, join the dance circle. Yeah. Come and join the dance circle. Come on and join us. Come.
Let's go.
Baby, kona, waka, omalicha.
We can have somebody give us a move.
Baby, kona. Kenneth. Yeah.
Going behind.
Hala. Yeah. Wako Mona Lisa. Guys, come and represent your institutions in the dance circle. Umkat. Baje Muje. Come on, everybody. Yeah. Come in the dance circle. KIU, I don't see anyone. KIU, I only see a few representatives. Where are the others? KIU, madam, I see you. Hey, come. Umkati abalala muganye. Yeah. Come on, everybody. Come. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, let's take our seats. Yeah. Oh, hala.
Thank you so much, DJ.
Thank you so much, Mr. DJ.
Should he keep dancing?
The DJ is still in the vibe, huh? DJ. All right.
I think the DJ wanted us to continue dancing.
My friend, I'm already sweating. I don't want my lunch to get done in 5 minutes, yeah?
I know.
So, Yeah, anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I see all the different universities and institutions being represented right here this very afternoon. And yes, we still welcome you to the Media Expo UG 2022. Yes, it's happening, it's going down. That's from today up to Friday. Yeah.
Yes. Now, we have had very interesting and intriguing sessions. We had the recent one about facilitating the national development plan through the media. I, for one, didn't have a lot of knowledge in relation to the NDP.
Yeah.
When I said NDP 3, NDP 1, I was blank. But by the end of the session, I had an idea
Yeah.
of what they were talking about.
Well, at first, when they said NDP, before defining it, I thought, are they talking about National Democratic Party? NDP? I was really stunned and intrigued. National Democratic Party, NDP? Until I found out. No, for real. For real. I know I speak for many of us here. NDP, right?
Yes. Okay. So we also had a session with the creatives that was building an inclusive nation.
Yeah.
Where we had, more information about how we can be inclusive with our culture into journalism and, public service reporting through storytelling. And for me, I was very touched by Angel Cabrera's
the Soweto
submission, the Soweto.
Yeah.
We're just talking about who can tell the African story and who can't tell the African story.
Yeah.
But for now, we are back for the next sessions, and I did promise you that if you're one who likes hands-on stuff, this is your time to shine.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, the next sessions, we have skills building workshop sessions. Now, we're going to be having two sessions, one which is actually titled Media and Demographics. That's by Didakas Okoth, who's a senior public relations officer at UBOS. And of course, we're also going to be having the session on accountability reporting for public services by the one, the only
Daniel Luta.
Yes, exactly.
So if you are interested in media and demographics, we're going to have your session in the next room. But if you're interested in accountability reporting for public service, you will be in this room. Yeah,
but before that, as we wait for the sessions to be ready for us, we're going to be vibing to some music as we, try to interact. I know you come from different universities and higher institutions of learning. So yeah, it's about time that you make a new friend. I mean, you don't have to do handshakes because of Ebola. Yeah, so you can just say hi, yeah? With an eye, just look at her or him and be like, hi.
Hi, Ishak.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, like that, okay? All right, DJ, I believe it's your cue right now. Give us some music as we wait up. Thank you for coming. You look beautiful. You look satisfied, actually. That's the right word I was supposed to say. Satisfied. Thank you, DJ.
One day. Select down, pull up, I wanna joy as in Bataka, bataka,
omwana gambe nakwatako wakukuku w'amasanyalaze omugibye mufudde sikati mpale ate nga toyisa ne ku sikaati kale era otiriba butiribi wakikuba wafunawaako mutega bode mukwano guma bakunyege nakyolaba sente bakuwola bigera gwakola kumagumbana oba wakuddayo wakanga bukeddena tuli babandana twesiba bandana tukuba masadana kuba mataganyana tuli babandana twesiba bandana tuva uganda nate tuli bagwirana omanye naatamu yapatebera mbayana tuli bagezina sibasirusiruna boyagala sente nagenda mu bankana ononya mukyala nagenda mu kyalona eyo gye nasangana bafumbana ononya miyayuna jangwe kampalana lwomusangana kulo lwakigana ate nekiggwa ne watali kusaagana obuzibu nabamu balokingana kubagobana kufuka kupambana kuno kubambana ndaba naabule muwala kuse dijena dije zatona dije tamiyana dije lindana dije alishana botulabirana tulinza sheilana tuli babandana twesiba bandana tukuba masadana kuba mataganyana tuli babandana twesiba bandana tuva uganda nate tuli bagwirana atakuwa transpoti nga kugamatuuka oyakulimbana infacti gana twabikirizana muveeko oyo omuyayena kimanye kapalasi bizimbena mulimu bantuna oba bimenkena bimimbyena sibitegeddena infacti bisusekona zemoyangambana ijabyenalizana kamela nezemolabako munyegenyegena wabula enyumirwana esirako kubamuke mumabalana eno balana oba kidulana
Thank you, DJ. You guys.
Mr. DJ. Yeah.
I see some really excited people at the back right there.
Yeah.
Say hey. Hey.
Well, one thing I can say about the people at the back, it's like they're in a club.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Because of the lights?
Yeah, the lights, the whole dramatic lighting and everything.
know.
And the way they're vibing to the music.
Yeah.
Man, they're in
Were you-
club MCI, yeah?
Were you ever a backbencher?
No.
No.
I
Same goes for me. I was in the front.
I was a middle bencher,
Middle
like
bencher.
somewhere there. Because when you're at the back, like, they think you're dense or dumb or
Oh my
something.
God.
No, you know.
But you're not. You're a very intelligent journalist,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Definitely. All right. So we understand that we have different universities and institutions that actually, took part in the auditions and, of course, in the knockout sessions of the National Newsroom. That was the contest, the National Newsroom contest. Now we want some, school support, uni support. So it's about time that we get to know who is representing, who's around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have people from Makerere? Do you have people? Makerere, say something. Really? Is that how they are selling the mighty Makerere that celebrated 100 years?
No, let's give it another try.
Try them.
Makerere oi.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. Let me go to Sagala Kubida side, but let me go to my people.
All right.
Do we have people from KIU?
Wow.
Look.
Can we?
I didn't even have to say it twice. I just say it once. You guys, we have the winners already. What are we even?
No. Let's do a redo.
Okay.
Makere oi.
All right, okay. Let's move on to the next. Do we have people from Umu? Oh my God. Oh my God. No, not Umkat. I'm saying Nkozi. Umu, Uganda Matters University in Nkozi.
No.
Okay, do you have people from Nkozi? Oh. Wow.
Nkozi. Absent.
You know, at this point, they are still on the way, huh?
I think people are satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're satisfied.
I don't want you to try to say that Nkozi ate the most at lunch. I don't want, these are not my words, it's her, you guys. But they are anyways, do you have people from Umkot?
I think this is becoming a game.
Yeah.
They're intentionally.
Yeah, they are teasing us.
Umkat oil. Oh. KIU oil. We have the winners.
You know, I'm thinking right now, if KIU wins, they'll say it started. You know, those guys cheated. They even declared themselves winners already when we're just getting started, you know?
I think let's move on to the next university.
Yeah. UCU! Yes. Now, that is someone who comes from Mukono.
Yes.
Yes. That is how a Mukono person, You have to represent, my friend. Yeah. Some energy. Anyways, thank you so much for being around the different universities. Oh, we also have Multitech.
Ooh.
Multitech, oh yeah?
Absent.
They're still on the way. I
Oh, we
think.
also have Cavendish University.
Cavendish, oh yeah? Yes. 2 people, but they have energy of 50.
I know. Well, we would like to thank each one of you for attending the Expo.
Yeah.
And we hope you're having a great time. We hope your stomachs are happy.
Yeah, they look satisfied. I told you. Now, in the morning, they were looking beautiful.
Yeah.
Right now,
Satisfied.
they look satisfied. It's also beauty. It's also a kind of beauty.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we do have 2 sessions in this time. We have skills building workshop sessions. Now, if you're somebody that enjoys hands-on activities, this is your time to shine. Now, in the very first room, we'll be having media and demographics with Didakas Okoth. He is the Senior Public Relations Officer of UBOS. So if you want to be part of that, you'll be moving to the next room here. But if you would like to be part of the accountability reporting for public services with Daniel Lutaya, Director at 24/7, this is where you will be.
Yeah, amazing. So we want you guys to petition yourselves, those that are going to go for media and demographics. You're walking straight into the training room. That's just around there. And of course, those who are going to stay here for accountability reporting for public services. Let's try to be quick because our facilitators are already here and ready for us. So let's try to move it like now. Let's get on our feet, those that are going the other side. And those that are remaining here, please come and occupy these front seats. Yeah? Nobody's getting up. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Up, guys. Get up on your knees.
This
You
is-
want a DJ? Oh, DJ, please, as they move. Okay. Tap on.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you, Mr. DJ. Yeah, still, those that are moving out for the media and demographics, please, let's try to hurry up. If you're moving out, if you're going into the other session of media and demographics, this is the time because we're running out of time. We need to do this real quick. Please get up and go to the training room if you want to attend media and demographics. Media and demographics, please walk up. Your facilitator is waiting for you. Media and demographics, please walk out to the training room. Like now. Yes, in the most polite way. Now. Media and demographics, if you're going for that session. Are we done with the ones that are going for media and demographics? They're still moving out, my darling. You will, very soon. I guarantee you that. You will understand very soon. Yeah. You're going to understand the difference. So, right, those that are here, you're here for accountability reporting for public services. And our facilitator is actually ready for us. So I want to believe that everyone who's present right now is here for accountability reporting for public services. Can I confirm that? Okay, perfect. So I guess we're going to get started. Join me as we welcome our facilitator of the day. That is the director 24/7, Mr. Daniel Lutaya. Come on, everybody.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? Do I stand here? Do I stand there? Where? I can do whatever I want. Okay. All right. This is better, isn't it? Okay. I'll be standing every now and then because I like talking while I'm standing. I've been told you people are coming from so many different institutions. So I believe the whole of Uganda's future of journalism is represented here, correct? If you don't believe you are part of the future of journalism, raise your hand. If you believe that you're a good journalist, raise your hand. If you believe that you are the best journalist, raise your hand. You guys need to choose a hustle. You need to choose which side you fall on. Okay, so I'm here to talk to you about accountability and journalism. It's the core of what we do, really, is to hold people to account, the powerful, the mighty, and most times we do this accountability for those that are not powerful. But later on in my presentation, I'll tell you who actually has the power, isn't it? So we'll try to dissect where power lies and whether it is with the ones we call the powerful or it is with the ones that all of you refer to as the voiceless. Have you heard of Voice for the Voiceless? It's what all of us call ourselves, right? Today, Okay. Some of you are not the voice for the voiceless. You're the voice for the ones with the voice. Okay. It's also possible because we study with, all of you here are in school. Am I correct? No, some are not in school. Okay, while we were in school, we studied with people and they branched off and went into public relations. When you are a public relations officer, you are the voice for the voiceful, correct? I don't know if that word is, correct by grammar, but if you are in public relations, you're the voice of the voiceful. And then this side, our role is to break into those barriers that is being created by public relations, okay? So now, I'm going to have my presentation up so we can... The screen is really big, eh? I don't think I've, in all my years, 10 years, I've actually been on a screen this big. I don't. So, take this off. I'm trying to get used to the glasses. My eyes got spoiled. That's what 10 years in a new studio can do to you, because you have to deal with these lights on it. Digital, online. Yeah, you can be an investigative journalist on any of those that I'm saying. Print. So what are you guys going to be? Because I've just listed everything. What? TikTokers. Ah, okay. That's a new way to think about it. So maybe I'll start with a brief introduction. My name is Daniel Lutaya. I'm a journalist for the past 10 years. I founded and now work as managing director of 24/7, which is a news service. And we are doing a lot of digital journalism. So I'm going to be talking to you about accountability and how us journalists are meant to hold the powerful accountable, but also how we have to be accountable. It's a very difficult situation when the questions are being asked to you now. When you're asking the questions, it's fine. It's all fun and games when you're the journalist on this side asking questions. Tell us, where is the money? Tell us, you stole money. You, Nabanja, where is the money? What happened? But when the questions now turn and they're asking them to you, you realize that it's quite a difficult situation to be in. Okay, okay, it's back. So what is accountability? Hey, the thing is moving. This, I come from Kayunga. I think everybody knows. So this technology, why is it still moving? Somebody needs to give me a remote or something and just, is it like, okay, so we move when I say we move, isn't it? Yeah? Okay. So let's move to the next slide now. Okay, accountability. I've given you a few synonyms. It's responsibility, liability, answerability, blameworthiness, very important. We'll get there. And the expectation of account giving. So when we're talking about accountability, it is not just a few numbers on a paper. It's not just a few reports that you have to look through as a journalist. It is blameworthiness. What is the public looking for? When the public, for example, I think everybody here has faced the potholes. If you've never seen a pothole, raise your hand so we can know the people who live in Kololo and, So I believe everybody has seen the potholes. What does the public want with regards to potholes? They want somebody to blame, isn't it? They say, this pothole is very bad, our road is terrible, maybe I've gone to the hospital and there is no medicine, and I need somebody to blame. Often, it's government, isn't it? Yes? But now, you as a journalist cannot just give blanket government. What is the government? You are informed, isn't it? So you know that the Director General of Mubende Hospital does not deal with potholes, but he's part of government. You know that the Director of KCCA does not deal with medicine, but she's part of government. You know that the director of UNRWA is in charge of roads, but she's not in charge of schools or hospitals or something like that. So now, your role as a journalist, okay, it's not something you should go out looking for, like pointing fingers and that sort of thing. But it's something we cannot avoid. You have to point this public that is saying, government, 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 help us. Then you have to point and say, it is actually, if it is a road, it is actually UNRWA. So now, as a journalist, what do you do? What do you do? You guys said you're journalists, right? I'm asking questions, but nobody is answering. So, okay, you are sorry, my apologies. Investigative journalists. I'll be talking about what it means to be an investigative journalist, and probably after I've told you and given you some of my experiences, maybe a few of you will not want to do it. Okay, so, blameworthiness. We are pointing fingers. So we go there. Because the public that we are serving, isn't it? We are serving the public, right? The public we are serving, can they reach Allen Kajina? For example, can the people of Moyo, yes? No, I think it's Lira Kamdini that is, who comes from Lira here? You've seen Lira Kamdini Road? One of the worst roads in the country right now. Yes, so the people of Lira, can they go, Lira has about maybe 200,000 people. Can 200,000 people go to the office of Allen Kajina and say, our roads, our money? Can they? But do you have access to Allen Kajina? Yes? You do, as a journalist. Do you have access to the people of Lira? So do you now understand where you lie? So you are the medium. You go to the people, for example, you're doing a story, so you travel from Kampala, you go and visit Lira Kamdini Road, and you film, and you take sound bites. If you're a radio journalist, you take people's audio clips. If you are online, print, you take photos of the road. So the people pour their hearts out. They tell you everything, isn't it? After the people have told you what is wrong with the road, what do you do? What do you do? Huh? You look for who is responsible. You know who is responsible. Okay. Then, after you get this, you know the person who is responsible, what do you do? You? Huh? You speak quite low tone for journalists. We are very noisy people, by the way. I'll tell you that for a fact. I've been in about 7 newsrooms in my career. And I think I believe, I've not seen any other profession because I've not done anything else, but I believe we are the noisiest profession on earth. I don't think anybody can beat us at noise because we are always debating about something. So, you get this information from the people. Lira Kamdini, you've gone to Lira. You get the people of Lira, they give you something. They tell you the road is terrible. You as a journalist, what do you do first when people tell you the road is terrible? Huh? You go to the road and ascertain that it is indeed terrible. Because you don't want to be in a position where you pick information from the people and go into Allen Kajina's office, very busy woman, she gives you 30 minutes of an interview and you tell her, the people told me the road is terrible, and she brings out videos and tells you, see this? This was yesterday. This is the road you're talking about. Do you have photos of the road? And you say, you see now, the people told me. Eh? You tell us, where is the money? So, to avoid embarrassment, you have to find out what is actually the fact on ground. Then after you find these facts, if they correlate with what the people are saying, you go to UNRWA. Yes? You go to UNRWA and you now start posing accountability questions. You get it? In order for you to pose accountability questions, you have to have information. So I've taken you through the cycle, just using the example of Lira. So the people of Lira tell you something. You go on ground and find the potholes are there. The road is terrible. You come back to your office. This is before you do the interview with UNRWA. You pick some more information. Look for reports, look for if there are any contracts that were given to construction companies about this road. Look for as much information as you can so that when you go now to put this information before UNRWA, you have an upper hand. The worst interview you can ever do, and nowadays we're doing a lot of these live interviews, right? The worst interview you can ever do is when a source fact checks you, the journalist. You have dressed up in your dress, very nice makeup, lipstick on point, hair, this one that falls like this on one side. You are ready. They put an earpiece. The producer says, stand by. You are live in 3, 2, 1, and then you start speaking. My name is another word, something. We are here live with the Minister of Transport, and we're going to be asking the hard questions to her. Madam Minister, what happened to the flyover that was meant to be constructed in Kampala? And she tells you, where did you pass? The flyover is being constructed as we speak right now. It's 60% done. Do you get it? At that moment, if you had a 1-hour interview, all the other questions will disappear. Your interview will be, you get it. So get your facts right before asking accountability questions. Accountability journalism is not easy because it is in effect investigative journalism. So if you're going to ask questions about numbers, figures, you better understand them before you come. You don't want a source to be schooling you because it's very embarrassing. For us broadcast journalists, it is. For print, they can school you, but nobody will ever know because you're not live. But for broadcast, you will get embarrassed. Okay. So, blameworthiness. I was just trying to explain blameworthiness. Let's move to the next slide, please. It's quite hot in here, isn't it? Okay. Don't worry, it's a hot country. I'm used to it. Accountability journalism also refers to watchdog journalism or investigative journalism. Like most of you have said, you want to be investigative journalists. Focuses on the demands of the public and will often reveal information that could be embarrassing to an advertiser or, in the case of publicly subsidized media, the political leaders who control media budgets. So, this brings in another confusing demographic. I now sit at a strategic level of a media organization. I used to be a journalist. I went through everything, the whole, from intern to reporter to news anchor to producer to editor to whatever, everything. Investigative journalist, senior investigative journalist, then to now managing director of a media organization. So now I understand what happens where you never see, isn't it? So we are down on the ground floor as journalists, writing stories, making things happen, and putting the stories out, right? But remember, because of the blame, the fact that the story is going to blame somebody for something, and the public is going to use it that way, you are embarrassing a potential advisor. You've written an investigative article. You have all your facts correct about, let's say, the Ministry of Health. And the Ministry of Health has recently just put out a call for media houses to bid for adverts. They want to do awareness about Ebola. And then this young journalist has written an expose showing buildings that were constructed out of COVID money. Minister of Health exposed. You even bring the photo, put it, at the front page. Now, as a journalist, that is what you're supposed to do. Yes? As the media owner will, of course, some media owners will not run it. I have to tell you that for a fact. But the good thing is that now we have collaborative journalism where if somebody refuses to run it, send it to somebody else. Don't be selfish with your story. Send it to somebody else. If it can't run in Uganda, send it to Kenya. It's just an email away, isn't it? Send it to a journalist in Zambia, in South Africa. They will run it and it will reach the Ugandan audience because of social media, isn't it? So put the stories out there. So I just wanted to let you know, because since you're getting there, you're going to be faced with all these dilemmas where you write a story and it's very good, it's fact-checked. You've gone through all the checks, ticks all the boxes, finished, complete article, complete investigation. You put it into we used to call it a can at NBS. You put it in there, and it doesn't run for like 4 months. And you're saying, you ask your editor, what is it? And the editor says, it's above my pay grade. I can't understand why your story is not running. You know? And these things are happening in newsrooms because of the advertisers. Because we are relying a lot on advertiser revenue, isn't it? Most of the advertisers are the people that you are investigating. Let's move to the next slide, please. Who do we hold to account? Question and answer. Is there a microphone that we could pass around so people can get involved? It's very difficult to teach afternoon lectures. I used to be, when I was in school, I used to be among the group, the other side, in Chirasha. That was my area. After lunch, we used to have a place called the Chillers Corner. And we would be banging chills. Eh? A friend of mine used to actually take it a little bit further and say, we are banging cold chills. It's cool, you know. Then we introduced something called the Chillers Club. And that is when Chiboko got involved in everything. Okay, let's pass the microphone around. I want a few answers, maybe 3, just 3 answers. Raise your hand. There's a microphone there. The lady in red has it. Investigative journalists here. Who do we hold to account? For example, when you're thinking of yourself as an investigative journalist, who are you going to be investigating? That's the question. We'll take 3 answers and then proceed.
Thank you so much. Personally, basing on...
You can give us your name first.
Okay, my name is Ruvimbo Gore. I'm from Kumba University. And basing on what kind of things I'm interested in,
yes,
I think the kind of people I'll be holding to account, corrupt leaders or corrupt people who are in huge offices, to have them bring transparency to things that I need transparency to. Thank you.
Okay, let's get another answer.
Sure. Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm called Paul. To me, Mr. Rutaya, my focus will be on the key stakeholders. You just talked about the road. I would look at the key stakeholders in road construction.
Okay, next. One more question, rather. Hey, the backbenchers are being, you know? Eh? You people think we backbenchers don't know anything. Sure, do it for all of us backbenchers.
Thank you so much. So if I was...
Your name, Mr. Backbencher, sir.
Okay, first, I'm Ishmael Awenitwe, a student of journalism and communication at Makerere University, currently in my 4th year.
Okay.
If I was doing investigative journalism, I would focus on professionals that are acting unprofessional. But because, as you said, you get word from the public, then find out. So if I go to word that there was a professional acting and professional, I would focus on that one. For example, doctors. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And I'll tell you this, there are no wrong answers. Thank you all the people who have answered. There are more questions, don't worry. Everybody is going to get a chance to answer these questions. In fact, if you like, I'll even give you homework. I know nobody likes that. Okay, so let's go to the next slide so we can explain. I just listed a few, but you realize that all your answers are correct because you are in that line, yes? Governments. We hold governments to account. All three arms of government. What are the three arms of government? Legislature? What is going on here? Okay. Civil society. We hold civil society to account also. Contractors, health, security, the public. I'm going to tell you about the public, but let's talk about your answers. Corrupt leaders. So, you want to hold corrupt leaders accountable. Now, the problem with this statement is that you have already killed your objectivity by saying that. You have killed your objectivity. For example, if somebody said, I am corrupt, maybe I am the, president of Uganda, because I can, you know. So, if I'm the president of Uganda, somebody said, I'm stealing government money, and I'm a thief. So I am corrupt, isn't it? If you enter this investigation while thinking that I am corrupt, you are most probably going to write a story that says I am corrupt, even if I'm not. Yes. Anybody of you has a wife or a husband? Raise your hand if you're married. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we are very many here. You see? We are very many here who are enjoying marital bliss, enjoying life. Why you don't believe that we're enjoying life? So, when you're married, they keep telling you, okay, when you're doing the marital counseling, they'll tell you that if you try looking for faults about your partner, you will find them. Yes? If you go looking, whatever you're looking for, you will find. If you don't find what you're looking for, you will find something that is similar, that falls into your hypothesis, and you will make yourself believe that it is what you have found. I'm not talking about women in this whole discussion. I'm just saying that if you look, you will find. It's even in the Bible, I think, somewhere. If you search, you will find. Yes? Now, I'm going to talk about objectivity a little bit later, but I just wanted to tell you that name calling and pasting names on people and saying, this is a thief, you have already entered the realm of mob justice. Because when we're saying, okay, which story are you going to do? What's your name again? The lady, yes. Rubimbo. So when Rubimbo is coming to me as an editor and telling me, you know, I have an investigation I want to pursue. I say, okay, what investigation? There is this corrupt leader. Corrupt, thief to the core. He even steals from this side of the pocket and puts this side. As an editor, I would tell Rubimbo, thank you for the tip, and give it to another reporter. Because in my thinking, maybe she had a problem with the guy or the girl. It's possible that she went to his office and got, you know, the usual how Some people will, maybe somebody had a bad day or something, and then they are just bad to you on a day. And in your thinking, you are like, this must be how corrupt officials look like. The way this government receptionist has treated me. Eh? The way this nurse has injected me. This nurse must be stealing government drugs. No. You cannot treat your friend like this if you're not corrupt. So as a journalist, you have one weapon, and it is what? Your story. You come to me, edit. There is this corrupt nurse at Mulago. I'm telling you. I think she even kills people. So let's avoid bias. Key stakeholders is also correct. I just listed some of them. And professionals acting unprofessional is also correct. But the core of all of these things is you have to investigate. You cannot just come out and write. You have to investigate. Let's move to the next slide, please. Okay. The next slide. Thank you. Holding the powerful to account. Another question. Who is more powerful? The people or the people in power? I crafted that message very well. I didn't craft it the way you think I crafted it. I crafted it like that. That's how you should read it. Who is more powerful? The people or the people in power? But you just said you want to hold the powerful accountable. So if you're going to hold the powerful accountable, and you're saying the people are the most powerful, then you're going to hold the people accountable. But it's very difficult to hold the public itself to account. I'll give you an example. We were in the newsroom, NBS Investigates, and Ziggy Wine died. I think you remember that story. That is the famous tape measure story. Everybody knows that one. There's a backbencher laughing. Backbencher, I'll chase you out of my class. No, don't worry, that was a joke. I know Makerere lecturers nowadays are being very serious. They even slap. So Ziggy Wine died. Now, when Ziggy Wine died, everybody said Ziggy Wine had been tortured. He had been sent into a torture chamber and killed by the state. Yes? It was right before we got into the 2021 elections. So, just like the cycle I explained to you, we had what the people said, and we went and started investigating. So we get CCTV footage, we get interviews from the eyewitnesses who were at the scene. We talked to nurses and doctors at Mulago Hospital, the emergency unit where he was brought at first. And the entire story points to Ziggy Wine had an accident on his motorcycle. The people, the eyewitnesses who were there, confirmed, about 8 of them, confirmed the guy fell into a ditch with a motorcycle. He got injured and was rushed to Mulago. The doctors at Mulago said the man was brought in here and they told us he had fallen on his motorcycle. Now, we were faced with a dilemma. Because for the first time, NBS Investigates was meant to hold the public to account. So whereas governments, all these people that you listed, they lie sometimes, yes? Okay, most of the times. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the police is right. Sometimes. As I said, you have to investigate. So when you go as a journalist and investigate and find out that the people, 47 million Ugandans, are lying, And the one who normally lies is the one speaking the truth. What do? You research. No, you've finished the research. The story is ready. The people are lying. The people, 47 million of them, they are lying. All the hashtags, free, Ziggy wine, whatever, all the hashtags, everybody's lying. The only correct thing is that the guy fell. Enanga says the guy fell. And you go and find out that Enanga is right. I know why everybody is laughing. All Ugandans are laughing right now. Because it's very rare that he's right, right? So he's right this time. As a journalist, you have to stand and be firm and tell the people, you know what? You are wrong. It will give you blowback. People have abused Kanare Mugume to this day because of that story. But we did it, all of us, because on the investigates desk, we work together. So we did, all of us, together with him, and he's the one who put the story out. To this day, they've never believed that it is the truth. Let's move to the next one, next slide. We're going to run through the slides very quickly, guys. Time is not our best ally, but also, as I said, duty calls. I have an appointment with my wife, and if you're married, you know that that means it's like I have an appointment with President Biden. That's how much it is. Yeah. You will get there. All of you are laughing at me, you men. You will get there. Okay. The cornerstones of journalism: truth, accuracy, and objectivity. Let's go to the next slide. Truth. Have you checked it to the best of your knowledge? Slander and libel. Reporting the truth is almost never libel. You cannot lie when you're speaking the truth. It's impossible. Somebody cannot say you lied about me, yet you have your facts, isn't it? So what is the biggest protection of a journalist? Is what? Evidence. You know, evidence can be, you know it can be fabricated. So evidence cannot protect you. Yes, evidence can be fabricated. Actually, the angle at which a photo is taken can make it seem like while I was standing here, if a camera is placed at an angle there, it can be made to seem like I was kissing this lady here. Yeah, but these things have happened. It is possible. And you've heard of deep fakes. So the framing also of evidence matters. The only thing that can protect you is the truth. Now you get evidence out of the truth. So if your evidence is true, because in court, I'll use the example of court. In court, both sides have evidence. But always, there is no court case that has ever ended and they say both of you are right. One of them is lying, clearly. In every antagonistic argument, one person is lying. Just know that, keep it at the back of your mind. That if there are two warring factions, for example, you'll cover a lot of land cases because we have a lot of land issues in Uganda. So you'll cover a lot of land cases, you'll investigate them. Always there is a guy who is lying. He stole the land. It's not his. It's not. But he will also bring evidence. He will bring all these sorts of things. So you have to look out for the truth. I also want to talk to you about your publishers. Your media houses will always try to defend you against these lawsuits that are filed against you, because there is a collective credibility of the media house, which is not only for you as a journalist, but if many of your reporters as a media organization are being sued and successfully at that, then you lose your credibility as a news organization. Let's move to the next slide. And I think the next one is the harm limitation principle. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. The doctors had the Hippocratic oath that says, do no harm. Now, this is where the challenge comes in. We are supposed to tell the what? The absolute truth and nothing but we swear, isn't it? We are journalists. Even if you bring $100 million, I will not do what? I will never in my life. How come no? You people say these things. I want to see people who are not saying, when I talk about the $1 million, some people keep quiet. They say, okay, maybe there we can discuss. Eh? So, there is a harm limitation principle. Next slide, please. It is a principle that is being studied. It is not something that I think you have been taught in school, but it's something that we are still studying. Because it is, because when you say limit, as long as you create limitation, then without fear or favor goes away, isn't it? Because this is the truth. So, the principle of limitation says you have to give some weight and not to disclose fully some circumstances about the case, isn't it? But it is also right in a way. As I said, in journalism, there may not, it's very difficult to have wrong answers. We mostly meet in the middle. Because it might be true that a girl called maybe Agnes was defiled. Isn't it true? But is it right for you to publish and say, this girl called Agnes, she lives here, this is her face, she was defiled? You see? So that is where, whereas we tell you about the truth, we have to tell you about harm limitation. But I'm going to tell you about dilemmas in the future. Let's move to the next slide. Dilemmas. I'll send you this. I'll send it to MCI. They'll share it with you. Private people have a greater right to control information about themselves than public officials. So a public official's salary is public. Yes? Did you know? You know that there is a right, an Access to Information Act. You can go and say, I want to know how much Nabanja earns. This money that she's giving on these performances, every Kenzo she's giving money, I want to know. I am a journalist, and you write a letter, and they will give you that information. So, public officials have lesser rights about their privacy because their privacy because they are what? They are public. They are mine. You are my prime minister. I want to know how much you earn, how much I give you. But in practice, it's quite difficult to get that. We tried to use the access to information to get information about political parties. Right after the election, we tried to get information about political parties and how they account. And we sent a letter to the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission kept bouncing us around for about 3 months. We just had to out the story without that information. Yeah, so let's move to the next slide. I want to finish these slides very quickly, and then I'll send them to you. Accuracy is, I think everybody knows what accuracy is, right? Yes. Fact-checking, reverse image searching, credibility. Let's move to the next one, please. Okay. You realize that some journalism organizations will choose accuracy over speed. Yes? Okay, let me break it down a bit, sorry. Some news organizations will say, like The Observer. I've given you an example in this presentation. The Observer is a weekly. They don't publish news daily. Newspaper, they don't put out a newspaper every day. They don't try to go ahead of everybody. They try to go more in-depth. Yes? Now, the problem is, they are now, for broadcast, there's a 24-hour news cycle, like what we are doing at 24/7. We have a 24-hour news cycle where the news has to be on the hour. Actually, our tagline is truth fast and fast. It has to be quick because of ratings. It has to be quick because you people, your attention span has gone down to 3 seconds. Yeah, it's not you, it's all of us, it's statistics. If something does not interest you in 3 seconds, you'll move away. So we have smaller attention spans than goldfish. Not Ugandans, the whole human race. In, I think, 1998, when the study was first done, the goldfish, we used to we had a bigger attention span than a goldfish. 2006, the goldfish has 8 seconds still for us. If it's 3 seconds, we are down, and it's going down. So probably very soon we'll just be flashing images on your TV. Pwah! If you, if you like it. If you don't like it, you move. Let's go to the next one, please. Objectivity. We aim to help the audience make up their own mind. Give them the facts and leave them. I always tell my teams, say it without saying it. If the man is a thief, don't come and write and say, this man is a thief, proven, condo, burglar. Eh? Write what he has done. Write what he did, what he has done, what he said, what people said about him, what your investigation has proven about the things that he has done, and keep quiet. Let the people be the ones to say, but according to this story, this man, Kondo, thief, Toto. That's a good position to be in as a journalist. Let's move to the next slide. Ethical dilemmas, that's the one I was telling you about. An ethical dilemma is, the small definition is that you reach a point where everything is wrong. Yes, it's possible. Same thing as Catch-22. You are in a position where every side you choose is wrong. Everything you do is going to be wrong. Let's move to the next slide, please. Now, there is this here. This is a CNN reporter, but he's also a surgeon. He's also a surgeon. It's called Sanjay Gupta, and he was filming the Nepal earthquake. He was doing his job for CNN, right? So he goes to cover the Nepal earthquake for CNN. But he's a surgeon, he's a doctor. So he's on an evacuation, so he gets access to an evacuation helicopter. And then he sees these 2 women are dying, so gives his cameraman the microphone and starts resuscitating them. Is that the right thing? Huh? Because he's a doctor, he has to save lives, right? He swore an oath, right? But then we also swear an oath as journalists not to get involved. So he was facing serious problems in the US because they were saying, why are you the one treating? Eh? You are a journalist in that case. You've seen journalists in Uganda getting involved. For example, in the November 18th shootings, some journalists now, they just threw down the microphones and started lifting people and carrying them and taking them to ambulances and that sort of thing. Now, that is an ethical dilemma. You are supposed to write the story. Now you have become the story. They keep, I know your lecturers, the ones who slap, keep telling you, they keep telling you not to become the what? The story. But somebody is dying. Let's move to the next slide, please. The Washington Post also had one of those in the United States. The United States during the Cold War. Who knows who was here during the Cold War? Raise your hand. Oh, I'm not a dinosaur. But I read about the Cold War. So during the Cold War, the United States tapped an undersea cable of the Soviet Union. You know undersea cables? The cables that move the internet. So they tapped that cable. And the United States was listening in to what these people were doing. Remember, the Cold War was not an actual war. It was just like, you remember what happened between Uganda and Rwanda? Where we don't like each other, but nobody is fighting each other. We're just like, no. You get it? Me and you, no. But at dinners, we are smiling and, oh, yeah, we are in the East African community. Come, my brother Kagame, how are you doing? Oh, my God, this guy is a great guy. I like this guy. But outside, we are like, arrest some Rwandese around there in Kampala, put them in the cells. So, the Washington Post got this story. And the executive editor, Ben Bradley, chose not to run the story because of national security. So what do you do as a journalist when you realize that you have a story that Uganda is tapping phones of the Rwandan ambassador? You are a Ugandan, remember, national security. If you release that story, war will break out, people will die. But the story is the what? It's the truth. It is true. What do you do? I'm telling you this because I'm just trying to explain to you that in that situation, whichever choice you choose is wrong. You just have to choose which side of wrong you want to be on. But at that point, everything you choose is wrong. Because if you publish the story and we fight Rwanda, people are going to die. You know, in wars, it's the civilian. We die more than those soldiers, actually, during war. People are going to die because of your one story. If you don't publish the story, you will have gone against your ethics. We listed them already. All of you are saying, voice of the voiceless, me, truth, yeah. Oh my God, never. Eh? Let's go to the next slide. There are some dilemmas I am listing for you. Is it ethical to make an appointment to interview an arsonist sought by police without informing police in advance of the interview? For example, Joseph Kony is the most wanted Ugandan on earth. He's the most wanted African on earth. And Joseph Kony invites you for an interview as a journalist, and you're supposed to go to the bush and interview Joseph Kony. What do you do? No. Yes, you go and do the interview, but do you inform the police? Somebody please Google for me the bounty on Joseph Kony's head and tell these people how much it is before they say they will not give him up. Joseph Kony is worth about how many $1 million? $5 million. Do you know how much $5 million is, you people? If it's in Uganda shillings, it can fill this room. Eh? So Joseph Kony gives you an interview. Remember, as a journalist, you are supposed to protect your what? You are supposed to protect your what? But this source is the most wanted Ugandan on earth. He killed people. What do? You surrender. So, in that case, whichever choice you choose is what? You will just have to choose but even by forwarding, that story will still get out. So you, as a journalist who is also a Ugandan, you had the opportunity to deliver the most wanted Ugandan to security, and you didn't. Knowing our security, they would pick you. Another one, let's sample another one. Is it ethical for a reporter to write a news piece on the same topic on which he or she has written an opinion piece in the same newspaper or on the same broadcast station? So you've written an opinion. You know opinions, right? So you write an opinion about maybe NUP. Yes? You write an opinion about NUP. And then you have to also write a story about NUP. Is that ethical? Yes? Freelance journalists and photographers accept cash to write about or take photos of events with the promise of attempting to get their work on the AP or other news outlets, from which they will also be paid. Is that ethical? Because people are going to say, why are you taking money? If you say you are for us, the people, you are here to fight for our rights, why are you taking money? Eh? Facilitation. Now there is also facilitation. Transport allowance. Some come money. But then you receive money from the Prime Minister's office, and then 2 days later, you're the one going to be investigating her. Can a journalist reveal a source of information after guaranteeing confidentiality if the source proves to be unreliable? For example, if you guarantee that anonymous sources, somebody says, I'll give you this scoop, but don't say my name, yes? But after your story has run, the people you wrote the story about bring information that proves that your story was wrong. The scoop the guy gave you was wrong. Yes? So you are now in court, and the people, maybe you investigated UNRWA. UNRWA is saying, you journalist, you are going down because you lied about us, we've brought evidence. The only way for you to come out of this is to reveal this anonymous source. What do? You go to Luzira? You people. I thought you people. You remember what I told you earlier, that some of you are going to jump out of this investigative journalism thing. You're going to jump out. Let's go to the next slide. I think must. Okay, who are we accountable to? Let's go to the next one. This one is very easy. The voiceless, government, civil society, family, and friends. You realize that we are accountable back to the same people that we are seeking accountability from. We are accountable back to them as journalists. And as we have explained, the voiceless can even be the government. In the case where the mob is the public and the government is actually right by your investigation, who is the voiceless? Yeah? The government is the voiceless, isn't it? And it's possible, it happens. Now the challenge with where we stand right now as journalists is we fail to accept that we are in the middle and it's possible for either this side or the other side to be the voiceless. If you write and say government was right, and that's I think where constructive journalism comes. If you write and say government is right, people say, Walide, you ate a bribe or you did something, so you can't do positive stories about government. But if they have constructed a massive road in Kayunga, you write that they've constructed a big road in Kayunga, or leader, or whoever. Then tomorrow, if there is no medicine in Kayunga hospital, you come back and tell them, there is no medicine in the hospital. Yes? So for me, I always tell people, people abuse me a lot on Twitter. So I keep telling people, my best position is where I'm being abused by both sides. As a journalist, where today I write a story and NRM people abuse me to the core. Then tomorrow I write another one and NUP people abuse me, and those ones can abuse. They also abuse me to the core. That's the objectivity we are talking about. If at any one point as a journalist, you are in a position where only one side of the two antagonistic bodies is the one insulting you or calling you names, then you are no longer a journalist. You might as well just wear a hat, a beret, or wear a yellow shirt and join them. So you have to be in the middle. It's difficult, but you can. And I've explained to you that if you are seeking accountability, sometimes being in the middle means both options are wrong. And you just have to stay there. I thank you and I wish you good luck.
Thank you so much, Daniel Lutaya, for that interesting session.
Wow.
Another round of applause for him, please. I could hear people cracking up all the way from the other room. We'll just have two representatives from each room to give us a synopsis of what they learned. Can we have Fiona from KIU that was in this room with Daniel? And let's have Sandra Ikoru that was in the other room with Didakas Okoth. Let's be as fast as possible.
Yes, Fiona from KIU, and of course, yeah, okay. Who's starting? I guess you arrived first, please. Introduce yourself and tell us your key takeaway from the session that happened in the training room that is about media and demographics. graphics.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Ekorati Sandra from Makerere University. I was close by the next room where we had Didakas Okoth. He is the public relations officer of Uganda, the Uganda Bureau of Standards. So our session was based more on, statistics. Our session was based on media and demographics. So he was talking about the use of media and the different age facets that are in the media. Those times, previously you realized most people source the information from broadcast, print, and TV, radio. But these days, most people, especially the young generation, the youth, use lots of social media, Twitter, use YouTube to get the information. The other thing he majorly talked about is using social media to your advantage as a journalist, how to brand yourself, and how to ensure that you use these accounts for your good. He was giving us examples of how these days you can use your social media account, brand yourself, and when you go to any interview or go for a job placement, you can refer people by just searching your name on Google. So everything that you do comes, including your social media accounts, and if you use them wisely, it helps you. The other thing he talked about is networking, especially professional networking. In this day and age, we need to accept the fact that not all jobs come from interviews. So try as much as you can to sell yourself out and professionally network. When you're in a place like this, for instance, we are very different. There's so many universities. There is UMCAT, there is Makerere, there is KIU. So try as much as you can to meet different people, at least know their names, at least know what they do, so that the next time you meet them on the street, the next time you meet them in a different place, at least you have someone that you know. Otherwise, thank you so much. I hope you're all having a lovely time, and good night.
Yes, please. Let's hear from you, Fiona, as well.
Hello, fellow journalists. My name is Fiona Kainza from Kampala International University. Here in the room, we had Daniel Rutaya, a journalist from NBS.
Yeah, 24/7.
24/7, yeah.
Yeah, formally, yeah.
I'm sorry for that. I think it was a misquote. And here we talked about accountability journalism, of which he defined what accountability journalism is, and I know most of you have the definition there. And we talked about the cornerstone of a journalist, which we listed the truth, accuracy, and creativity. We talked about the harm limitation theory, and most of you know about it. Yeah, you know about it if you are attentive in the room. We talked. And then another thing was the ethical dilemma, where he gave us an example of a CNN reporter who was a reporter at the same time a journalist. He was a reporter at the same time a doctor or a surgeon, sorry for that, and he went in the field. He had to play two roles, and you know about ethical dilemma, I know you understand that one. And then we talked about who to account when we're looking for the stories, and we listed the government, civil society, the contractors, the health, then the security, and the public. And the question, another question he put forward was, who is more powerful to account? And that's your question. Thank you very much. I'm Fiona Kainza from Kampala International University.
Thank you so much, Fiona. Well, we're not going into the last phase for today.
And talking about the last phase, let me ask you, Hannah, what do you know about fact-checking?
What do I know about fact-checking? Well, the very first thing that comes to my mind is truth.
Truth. Those are the facts. Definitely. Now, we all know that fact-checking is actually the best and only way to curb misinformation and disinformation. And it has a very important role in ensuring effective public service delivery. And of course, as our theme today states, facilitating effective public service delivery through journalism, which we are here for. That's today as we kickstart the Media Expo UG 2022. We're going to be having something showing on the screen about fact-checking as we head into the next session.
The truth and the facts require keenness that often lie in the small details. To be able to deduce fake from wrong, truth from lies, right and wrong, you just have to look closer, think again, and check again. It is all around you, in the speeches.
Actually, I want Wisconsin. The story of Chicken Little.
In our communities, on social and mainstream media. The desire to invent fact-checking is our deepest yearning. The belief, hard work, and dedication rises until the end. Debunk is the very first dynamic fact-checking organization in the history of Uganda, solving mis- and disinformation. It provides the deepest facts. See, with information, right or wrong, you need to make the right decisions. In the end, factual information is so much more than what you are able to see, hear, touch, or share. Some facts need to be given in real life and real time. We are original. We are truth. We are Debunk Media Initiative.
who is the bank, the fact that you watched this, your new journey to join our community. And we are working with young people. We are training young people. We are imparting skills for you to demystify misinformation on your phone, right? So, guys, let me give Bella the mic to start.
Hi, guys. Hello. My name is Bella Twine. I am the communications manager at the DBank Media Initiative. We've been working with an intelligent, very young and passionate intern that is Ishmael. He's right there. He's from Macquarie University. Yeah, he could come and join us, actually. He has been able to learn how to fact check. He has been able to learn how to work with the organization and come up with strategies on how to communicate with young people such as yourselves in order for us to create a world where people can access factual information in real time in order for them to make informed decisions. The past 1 year has been so amazing for us. From growing as individuals in so many skills, soft skills, and also the other skills that you just see on the top. We've been able to, acquire a number of people that we actually partner with, universities, Macquarie University, KIU. We're so grateful for all those people that have been able to reach out to us, have a conversation, advise us on how best fact-checking can work in such a country where democracy is, yeah. But we're so glad that we get to have this opportunity to just make one, yeah.
Hello, my name is Rukia. I am the head of production and content at the Bank Media Initiative. Some of you have had a chance to interact, and I think in the trainings and all that, so I work with the amazing fact checkers. I work on a personal basis with everyone to make sure that what we give you is indeed factual, but also packaged in a very interesting manner. So most of the work that you have been able to see, perhaps on our social media and on our YouTube, has been because we have been very resilient. We have had our great moments as fact checkers, as a team of young, dynamic, but everything starts from really believing in one ideal goal that you all have as a team. And for me, that has really been very pivotal in making sure that we make it this far. Many startups, and the statistics will show you that many startups will not really last a year before perhaps the team gets shattered and all that, but I'm just so glad to see us here and still counting. So if you are really interested in fact checking, kindly make sure that you follow the bank on every platform. We are going to be putting out ways you can become a part of the team. And I cannot wait to have
We would like to wish Debunk Africa a happy, happy birthday. And thank you so much for sharing this moment with us, and especially sharing this cake with us. Well, how has the day been, everyone? 10 in 10? 10 in 10? 9? 9 is okay. 9 is good.
Yes, happiest birthday to the Debunk Media Initiative. Happiest birthday. And make sure you get some cake, by the way. Make sure you get some cake. We have to share these happy moments. Yes, happiest birthday to the Debunk. We're making 1 year, the Debunk Media Initiative. To many more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you sent anything to the Debunk bot yet?
Yes, I actually did. I was one of the people to subscribe to the Debunk bot.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, for me, man, I'm a
You're
fan,
part of the
a
team.
diehard. I'm a diehard. They know that. Yeah. Make sure you eat some cake, ladies and gentlemen, before you leave. Make sure that you eat some cake. Yes. Otherwise, it's been a very beautiful day.
Yeah.
Amazing sessions, beautiful conversations. You know how we do it, you know the drill. And of course, thank you so much for coming and participating this year for the Media Challenge Expo UG 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you should remember is that this is just the beginning. We still have 3 more days to enjoy this expo and learn more about public service delivery through journalism. And when I look through the schedule for tomorrow,
yeah,
I get very excited.
Definitely. Definitely. There's so much, insightful sessions that we're going to be having tomorrow, and I hope that you are ready. Make sure that the camera crew from your university or institution is ready, because, man, we're going to have content flowing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you need more information about how you can get footage, feel free to approach either Ishak or myself to show you who to speak to in relation to that.
Definitely. And not forgetting, by the way, make sure that you download the MCI radio application. Yes? Make sure that you follow MCI, the Media Challenge Initiative, across all the different social media platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Make sure that you follow MCI Radio as well. Make sure that you follow the Debunk Media Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, on all the social media platforms.
So we will be seeing you tomorrow early morning here again for another session.
Yeah.
And but from us now, I guess this is a good evening.
Yeah, definitely. Nice time.